If you've spent, I mean, any time at all looking for ways to make money online, you've seen the image.
Oh, yeah.
It's the person with a cocktail on a beach somewhere in Phuket, keyboard on their lap, promising easy passive income from affiliate marketing.
It is the ultimate digital mirage, isn't it?
Totally.
And our sources all confirm that while, yes, affiliate marketing is a massive, highly lucrative business, I think it's projected to hit something like $36 billion by 2030.
Wow.
Success really requires strategic knowledge, real patience, and you absolutely have to avoid some critical pitfalls. It's not a hobby. It's a full-on content business driven by data.
Exactly. And that is our mission for this deep dive. We want to give you the shortcut to success. We've gone through the sources and distilled the 7 biggest mistakes that always trip people up.
We've also identified the most profitable niches right now, and maybe most importantly, we've outlined the legal and technical stuff, the non-negotiables you need to build a resilient, commission-driven business.
Yeah, and we've got some great sources here. We're looking at guides covering everything from FTC compliance laws globally to some advanced SEO strategy.
Specifically, Trevor Bart's system for optimizing what he calls money pages. And that's all alongside real-world data on which niches convert and why. So our goal is to get you informed without you having to sift through, hundreds of articles that just contradict each other.
Let's start with the mistakes.
Oh.
Because in this field, I think success is less about what you start doing and a lot more about what you stop doing, like right away. And the number one foundational mistake, it's really a psychological one. Prioritizing selling over actually helping the customer.
That mindset is the killer, the one that's just focused on getting a conversion no matter what. That's what leads to, mediocre content that Google just ignores and users bounce away from.
Right.
You have to shift your focus completely to the reader's intent. So instead of just listing a bunch of product features, you have to explain the specific benefit. How does this product solve the user's actual problem?
And that whole mindset, that has to extend to the entire user experience on your site, right?
Absolutely. The sources are so clear on this, you have to avoid what they call user friction points.
We're talking about those intrusive pop-ups that just take over the screen.
Yeah, or those aggressive banner ads that follow you down the page. They might get you a cheap click here and there, but they just frustrate people. They interrupt the flow, and Google's algorithms are now actively penalizing sites that it thinks are too intrusive.
You're basically chasing your audience away.
You are. And that poor user experience, it leads directly into the next big pitfalls, which are all about site quality and performance. A lot of new publishers think that putting out, say, 10 mediocre posts is better than one great one.
And the data just completely disagrees with that.
Completely. It is a ruthless quality over quantity game.
We actually have some concrete numbers on this. To even have a shot at a first page result in Google today, the average post clocks in at around 5,890 words.
1,890. So if your content is half that length, you're starting at a huge disadvantage.
A massive one. And it needs to be rich content too.
Yeah. If you don't include at least one high-quality descriptive image in that post, you are actively hurting your chances of ranking. It's just a signal to Google that you've been thorough.
And beyond the words and pictures, site speed is. It's just non-negotiable. This stat is brutal. If your page takes longer than 2 seconds to load, our sources show your bounce rate goes up by 50%.
50. People just will not wait. We've all done it, right? You're hovering over the back button because the site is just crawling.
Oh, constantly.
That experience kills any chance of a commission before the user even sees your recommendation. So if you're on WordPress, you have to be proactive.
So what do the sources recommend?
Use diagnostic tools like gtmetrics.com to check your speed. Then install optimization plugins. We're talking Imagify for image compression. That's often the biggest slowdown. And WP Rocket for caching and CDN support. These aren't optional anymore. They're conversion boosters.
Got it. Okay, so the final big mistake in this first phase, it ties right into credibility. It's about neglecting readability and, well, real expertise.
Right. You can have a 2,000-word post, but if it reads like an academic paper, nobody's going to finish it.
Especially now, with our tiny attention spans.
It has to be digestible. The rule of thumb here is pretty strict. Keep your paragraphs to 4 sentences or less, and keep your sentences under 25 words. It just prevents that cognitive overload.
So what's the reading level we should be aiming for here?
It's surprisingly low. Studies show that even highly educated readers in the U.S. prefer content written at about a 7th to 8th grade level.
That's fascinating.
It is. So you should be using a tool like the Hemingway app to test your writing before you hit publish. Simple writing maximizes comprehension.
That makes perfect sense.
Mm.
So if trust is the currency here, the next big question is where you spend it. Let's shift into strategy specifically. Niche selection.
This is where you build your authority. Don't just be finance. Be debt consolidation for millennials or high-yield savings accounts for beginners. That specificity is where you build trust and can actually outperform the giant brands.
So how do you pick a niche that won't just burn you out? Our sources lay out 3 criteria that are, like, non-negotiable.
First is interest and expertise. Just pick something you actually enjoy. If creating the content feels like pulling teeth because you hate the subject, you will not last long enough to make any money.
Makes sense. What's number 2?
Size, growth, and competition. You want a niche that's big enough or growing. I mean, we already said affiliate marketing is booming, but then you have to do your keyword research to find the less competitive corners. You're looking for underserved audiences.
Okay, and the 3rd?
Monetization potential. Make sure the niche has at least, say, 30 viable affiliate programs. And, crucially, you want it to feature high-ticket products. A $1,000 product with a 10% commission is so much better than a $50 one at the same rate.
Okay, but isn't it riskier to push a high-ticket item, like a $5,000 course or a pricey software subscription? I think the conversion rate would just tank.
That is the trap that everyone falls into. The sources actually show that the amount of effort, the time, the research, the word count to convince someone for a $50 product is often identical to the effort for a $500 one.
But the commission is 10 times higher.
Exactly. High ticket means you need way fewer sales to hit your income goals. It completely changes the business model.
Speaking of high profit, let's run through the top performing niches right now.
Okay, so SaaS software as a service and marketing software are huge. These are often subscription-based, which means recurring commissions. You could be looking at 40 to 60% ongoing commissions for the customer's first year. That provides real stability.
Then there's finance, which is a powerhouse, especially when the economy is, well, shaky. There's constant demand for everything from credit cards to investment platforms.
And those companies pay high commissions because the customer lifetime value is just incredibly high for them.
What else?
We're also seeing big things in tech like artificial intelligence and gaming. AI tools are in massive demand, often have steep price tags, so the commissions are great. Gaming has this perpetually engaged audience and, a constant stream of new products.
And the sources also point to the adult and dating niches.
Right. These often have less competition because of the sensitive content, but they have constant global demand and a huge range of products. You just have to be extremely careful about compliance and age verification.
Okay, so once you have your niche, you need a platform. Blogs and YouTube are still the go-to for deep dives and reviews.
But we have to talk about the seismic shift that's happened because of TikTok.
Right. The landscape has totally changed, especially if you want to reach younger consumers. TikTok isn't just for entertainment anymore. It's a serious social commerce platform.
And the key there is not traditional ads. It's creative, entertaining, short videos, usually under 60 seconds, that align with trends and popular audio. It's what they call a soft selling strategy.
So you're not doing a hard pitch. You're just sort of incorporating the product into a vlog or a tutorial.
Precisely. And the potential is massive. There's a case study of an account at Best TikTok Shop that generated 210 million rupiah in revenue in just 1 year. It shows that if the content feels authentic, the scale can be just extraordinary.
Let's get into execution then. The content formats that actually convert. Product reviews are king here, right?
They are the most profitable, yeah, because they capture someone at the very end of their buying journey. They're just looking for that last piece of reassurance before they click buy.
And people trust them. I saw a stat that 81% of young consumers trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation from a friend.
It's huge. So there are 3 content formats that really stand out. First, versus reviews. Comparing Bluehost versus HostGator or product A versus product B.
And the key there is being objective, I assume.
You have to be. Even if you think a competitor is technically better, you can still justify your recommendation for a specific user. Like, you might say, for beginners, this one is better because the customer service is amazing.
Got it. What's next?
Comparison charts. These are visual, scannable summaries of features. We mentioned the 8-second human attention span earlier. This is why these charts are essential. They help people make a quick, informed decision.
And the third format?
Listicles. Quick, easy to digest. They're perfect for targeting those high-volume, best of or top keywords like Best water bottles for hiking?
So when you're optimizing these pages, we need to talk about SEO for money pages, as Trevor Bart calls it, which means avoiding what he calls vanity keywords.
Right, those are the generic high-volume terms that are just owned by huge brands. You'll never rank for them.
So what's the alternative?
You focus on buyer intent long tails. These are phrases that convert 5 to 10 times better because the user is so deep in the purchase funnel.
So not just best treadmill, but something like best treadmill under $1,000 for a small apartment.
Exactly. Or a specific Dyson V11 versus V15 review. The intent is surgical.
And what about the structure of the page itself?
It's critical. A high-converting post absolutely must have a comparison table above the fold. You have to give the user the quick answer right away. If they have to scroll forever, they're just going to hit the back button.
Which SEOs call pogo sticking.
Yep. And you also need to use review and FAQ schema. This is basically like giving Google a cheat sheet, telling its crawlers exactly what your content is so it can feature you in a rich snippet right in the search results.
Okay, so to make all this great content actually work, you need authority. It's not enough to just write one good article.
Not at all. You need to structure your site using what's called pillars and clusters.
Can you break that down?
Sure. Think of a pillar as your ultimate guide to a broad topic, like home espresso machines. Then your clusters are all the specific articles that link back to that pillar page.
Like best grinder under $200.
Exactly, or how to clean a specific model. That architecture signals to Google that you are a true topical authority.
And that authority is also built by external signals like backlinks.
Yes, relevant backlinks from guest posting or getting on resource pages or pitching journalists on platforms like Atro.
Yeah.
That's the fuel that helps your content climb the rankings.
All right, let's move to the final phase, which is, it's non-negotiable for long-term survival, the technical and legal side. Let's start with affiliate link cloaking. Why do we need it?
Why turn a long, ugly URL into a clean one like, say, yourwebsite.com/recommends product?
Yeah.
3 big reasons. First, it makes link management way easier. If a link changes, you update it in one place, not in 50 different posts. Second, it can boost your click-through rate by up to 25% because the link just looks safer.
And the third.
It protects your raw affiliate ID from being stolen by commission thieves.
Now, there's a really important technical detail here for SEO compliance about the type of redirect you use.
Oh, this is critical. You can't use a permanent 301 redirect. You have to use a 302 or a 307, which are temporary redirects, and you have to include a no-follow tag.
Okay, so why temporary? Why not the standard permanent one?
Because a 301 redirect tells Google you're passing all your hard-earned link authority, your link juice, over to the retailer. A 302 or 307 tells Google, hey, this is just a temporary jump for tracking. Don't pass my authority to them. It keeps your SEO power on your site where it belongs.
And now for the really high stakes part, the law. Affiliate marketing is a $17 billion industry, and the FTC is watching very, very closely.
The first rule is personal liability. Companies cannot shield themselves. Both the company and you, the individual marketer, are responsible if you're not compliant.
And the standard is simple but strict. The disclosure must be clear and conspicuous.
And this is the legal landmine that almost every new affiliate steps on. Our sources are, they could not be clearer about this. Just labeling a link as an affiliate link is legally inadequate.
Wow. Okay, why?
Because the FTC's position is that the average person might not actually understand what affiliate link means. They might not get that it means you get paid if they buy something. And if they don't understand that, it's not a clear disclosure.
So what is the gold standard for compliance then?
The disclosure has to be placed early and prominently, ideally right before the link itself. And you have to use plain language like #ad, paid partnership, or a simple sentence like, we may earn a commission from purchases made through links on this page.
And it has to be visible on all devices, right? Because so much traffic is on mobile.
It has to be. And this is all getting more complex globally, too. With laws like the EU's Digital Services Act and UK regulations, global liability is a real thing. If you target users in the EU, you have to follow their rules. It's a global operation now.
So if we put it all together, the success formula is help, don't just sell. Pick a high-profit niche you actually like. Master buyer intent SEO. And have absolutely airtight legal compliance.
That is the complete structure for long-term success, yes. But there's one final, I think, provocative thought that the sources hint at as being the real opportunity here.
Go on.
Affiliate marketing is a fantastic, low-risk way to build a highly engaged, loyal audience.
You're learning their pain points, what they need, what they're willing to spend money on.
Exactly. The real potential isn't just the commission checks you get next month. It's using that audience, the one you built on trust, to eventually launch your own products. You go from earning a cut of someone else's brand to building real equity in your own brand.
So the question for you to think about is, how will you leverage the audience you build now to create the business you own later? That's the ultimate path to success in this industry.